white bitch with a fatty. Smoking no cookies from granny. I get right, go catch it. I make a play.
What's going on, guys? I'm back at it again with the car stuff, away from the music scene, and we are working on one of my friend's cars. We got a turbo FRS here, and we are...
A little bit.
It's a little already taken apart, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and swap out his radiator today. We were messing around with the bash bar, seeing how that fit, and yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more, but let's get into just getting some stuff apart here. Alright, we're draining out the forbidden Gatorade.
Try to not have it just go everywhere, but none of these tubes would fit, so it's gonna clean up whatever dirt we got from the off-roading we did.
Thanks Subaru for designing this lovely pet talk situation. Really great. Thanks. You're out here catching steals for deals.
He understands how business works. He wanted it to just sell, you know.
This Fan Shroud over here had some better days. Nice and cracked.
I've been running that for a year and a half after I crashed into a wall, and I've had no problems.
It's a good point. I don't know how it's not smacking. Like
It was plastic welded and JB welded here. At some point it broke again. And it's fine. Beautiful. But we're gonna replace it. We got the low profile Mishimoto one, so we'll get a little bit more room and hopefully it'll work better.
Get some low profile fans in there.
Got a radiator that's not paper thin.
Those electric fans, turn them on when you want them.
I should wire them that way. Actually, right now what I do every time I get off the track is I just turn the AC all the way on every time, and it's problematic because I'll forget it on when I go another lap. But I'm chilling. I'm enjoying myself drifting with AC on. Like, I know I'm losing power, but I don't care.
Some people may be asking themselves, a drift car with AC? It's Florida. We need it.
Oh my god, yes. Like, I don't care.
The AC in these things crank too.
Really? You think so?
I do think so.
Maybe they got better in 2017.
Okay.
I feel like mine's kind of shit.
Dude, okay, compared to my girlfriend's car, which is like a 2020 Kicks or whatever, like, I feel like it hits hard.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's bizarre in the 2019? I think any 2019, but in the TRD one that I had, the reverse cam was on the mirror.
I hate that.
Is it on yours?
No, it's like that on all the 86s.
Just the 86s?
Yeah, it's just the 86s.
But they changed, from what I understand, they changed it in 2019 specifically.
It
used to be on the screen, and then they moved it to the...
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I thought, okay, because Joey test drove a TRD 86 one time, and that's why I knew about that. And I was just under the assumption that
makes me irate. It's stupid.
It's horrible.
You have a whole screen there, and they limit you to this window.
It's like the worst design for a backup camera ever is to put it in the mirror.
I don't understand, but they had it the other way. To go on to that.
So these are the low profile, and these are the stock. Ooh, look at that sun flare.
Good sun flare.
It looks so cinematic. God damn. Just up and out.
You say that, but like I've done it before, but I've done it with these hoses on.
Oh.
Is the fun part. Because it works easier. These are still going to be problematic for me.
Yeah, I mean, I can just come over here and hold those if you want.
You can, yeah, actually, that would probably be helpful. Cool.
Trying to cut myself on them.
That's not the problematic one. I don't think. Oh.
You know, I'm just going to consider them all problematic at this point.
They probably are all problematic. There we go. Damn it.
Oh, no.
I don't know, I thought I could go through that. Ow. Why is there so much coolant?
Blue goodness. Dude, the thing holds 5 liters of oil. How much coolant do you think's in here?
Well, it's like 6, I thought.
Like 5.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. I overfill line.
Yeah, well, you got an oil cooler.
Oh, yeah, but I don't drain that every time.
I think you're still supposed to put more in it, though.
Well, that stays. Like, oil stays in there. Oh, yeah.
Does it? Oh, yeah, don't want to mess with that.
Basically, as it fills the oil cooler, you're going to need to fill it more. But this is a thermostatic sandwich plate. So you need it to actually open up first, which means it needs to be at temperature.
Okay.
Just like your radiator. Like your radiator's not like your coolant isn't flowing until you're at temperature, right?
So what you're telling me is that if I want to change the oil in my oil cooler, I need my car to be hot, and then I'll change the oil.
No, you're still not, unless you disconnect these lines, you're not going to get the oil out of it.
Okay.
Which, why on earth would you? That'd be such a pain in the ass.
Dude, it's dirty.
Yeah, but you're about to, like, if you just change it more often. I mean, if you're running an oil cooler, you're doing something like track kind of focus anyways, right?
No, I just want my daily to run cooler.
You shouldn't. It runs at a perfect temperature now. Oh, I'm leaking from there, that's why.
Didn't really think about that, huh?
No, I kind of did. I just didn't know what to do with the thing.
The engine block does have coolant in it.
Well, you know, like when I disconnected that line originally, nothing was happening.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know what.
The pressure changed.
I guess I don't know.
I hate that ugly foam. I know it does something, but like.
It just like isolates everything better.
But in like 10 years, trash.
Are you like this?
Wait.
This is kind of his 10 years old now, huh?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm just saying that foam starts going way earlier than 10 years.
God damn.
All right, you are annoying to me.
Dude, that makes me feel old.
Yeah. What the? How is there still coolant in this?
Oh yeah, no, this isn't something, huh? Oh wait. Okay.
How the fuck? I'm ancient. Who knows? I hate you.
What is this for? Just for the oil cooler?
Yeah, that was actually from the 8.6, and they did that to yeah, so that way your oil cooler would flow through it.
That is an interesting.
That's a HKS design. Like that's how they.
Oh, that's how they do that.
Mesh. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, the HKS tells you to cut up a lot of shit on these cars.
HKS does not care about BRZ.
RIP BRZ. I mean, they're trying to make them better by cooling them, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, you know what? They actually do because they're producing parts for it, but like at the same time, they're just like, yeah, just cut it up. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, no, that's why I have another Corsa board over there, like that's chopped up behind that thing. This is sorry for the messy garage. But yeah, that's for the supercharger kit. Just cut it up.
Just cut it up, man.
Cut it up.
It'll be all right.
Yay!
All right.
I'm scared to try to get the next one in. It took us so much effort to pull that out.
Well, hopefully the next one just doesn't have to come out.
No, I know, but how do we get it in?
I just want to take a second to admire these wonderful welds in this KoyoRad. They're pretty damn good.
Except for that one.
Except for what happened right there. That guy not having a good day there. Otherwise, we're getting these radiator hoses on here, getting the fan shroud hooked up.
Just the ones that are really hard to connect when you're already in the car.
Yeah. Kind of make things easier for us.
There's a light on it.
So for anybody trying to install KoyoRad, I would suggest putting the hose clamp on before you get the hose over the outlet, because it is a pain to get it all on at one time, and that is about the only way we found that we were able to get it all together. So yeah, just a word of advice for anybody following along for that.
So she comes back. They say they'll give me the whatever I asked for. I don't even remember exactly. I gotta be careful. You know what we should do before I try to do this and fuck up everything is tape some cardboard to it.
That might be a decent idea, yeah.
I've been known to have one or two decent ideas in my life.
I heard that radiators love garage floors.
It's like how everything is these days. I just hate people.
I specifically hate the people that watch my YouTube videos.
R.I.P. to the 5 people. I'm just kidding.
No, that's actually accurate.
Is it even lower profile?
You know, I didn't measure. I didn't take measurements before.
Forgot to put those bolts down there. I mean, it definitely fits.
Man.
Looks cool.
It does look cool.
Looks way more upgraded.
It looks like you're
you know?
like. It looks like you do stuff.
Yeah, but like by the time I actually put these brackets back in, I'm really wondering if it's
I mean, it's gonna probably kind of hit. Like the shroud's probably gonna hit a little bit, but whatever.
No, I mean I think it can't be. It's not fatter than the stock one. I'm just, you know, as far as like low profile is concerned, which was the advertisement that I received.
I think it's more of like low profile if you were to put it on the stock radiator.
Well, yeah, true. Well, again, but I had a. Oh, okay. So that makes sense because I'm at the same place that I was with the stock fan shroud thin radiator, if my thickness is the same, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
It took that much, my finger's width of thickness off.
Yeah, because like
that makes sense.
If we're looking at the radiator, which I don't even know if I can even show this right now, that's like it's literally at least like twice the size. So
yeah, no, you've convinced me that I'm being dumb right now.
Listen, don't listen to me anyways. I didn't know that we can get around the hose, so.
Yeah, it's just because there's no coolant in there. I honestly had a panic. I was like, oh god, oh he's right. Oh no, what do I do? No, well it's all the way at the bottom.
Ooh.
Now those we should have had on first.
I thought that it would fit better without them.
Well, to be fair, I can still take this out. It's just annoying.
Don't do that. Oh no.
So gross. Watch, I'm gonna fill this up. It's just gonna leak from like right there.
Are you gonna do distilled water?
I'm gonna curse Michael. Oh yeah, of course. I don't think I have.
If it leaks,
distilled water right now.
Yeah, it's all Michael's fault. It doesn't really have to be distilled water in Florida.
I think it should be distilled water in Florida. I don't know about you, but like my Brita gets covered in calcium deposit.
Okay.
Like I think in Florida it's definitely should. I mean, at least my water. I don't know. About
I've seen some people literally just use a hose and water wetter. So.
Oh yeah, that depends on how much you care.
Okay.
I would do that in the Cutlass.
I don't think Rice Miata cares. So.
Oh yeah, no. It's 100% on how much you care. Sorry, yeah. You would think that would be something I wouldn't care about, given everything else.
It is an aluminum block, right?
Yes.
So it probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Wouldn't that be an okay idea? Wouldn't it be
Dude, I don't know how it works.
Like your rods and well, no, your coolant's not hitting your rods. What am I talking about?
No, I put coolant on my rods every day.
You put coolant? Yeah, I mean that's just to keep them nice and cool, right?
Yes.
How did I do this before?
My rods are cooler than yours because I put coolant on them.
Oh hey, look that I just made it there.
Does it just like sit on them?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, because the other ones just have tabs. That's why I was confused about it. I think I'm gonna hit that with the electric ratchet.
Can you see that? Probably not.
You want to see it?
I'm trying to. Oh, I could for a second.
Down there?
Yeah, it's like right down there. That's not going nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere.
Got the whole radiator mounted, whole shroud mounted, getting the AC mounted. Gonna be living in luxury here.
Yes, sir. The crooked AC condenser that still works.
Oh, it's pulling air though. It's cooling it.
It's probably not good for my coolant temps, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, because like it's probably not doing the best airflow situation.
You know what is good for your coolant temps though? This radiator.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. Like I said, I've never really had that many problems with coolant temps. However, I also don't like do long drifting. I run on the skid pad and it's short, and then I get off and I move on with my life.
That's one thing that I do feel kind of weird about. Like if I were to get into drifting around here, it's like OSW is literally the only place that runs like events other than the firm, and like what am I gonna like? Not like it's a bad thing to learn there. It's just like it feels a little boring almost.
Two things. One, showtime is 5 minutes from my house, but it will do this to your AC condenser if you make a boo boo. So don't do that. But also Leadfoot City, if you've heard of it.
Oh yeah, Leadfoot City.
They're taking it seriously. Earlier this week, they were at OSW testing layouts. They actually rented OSW. Okay. Chelsea DeNofa was there.
That's what I was going to say. Do they have a layout, though? Because I know they only had like a burn pit for a while.
They're expanding it, and actually they're supposed to have an event with the expanded pit like in April already.
Okay.
Drifting, supposedly. I don't know how big it's going to be or anything.
Well, hey, that's pretty close to me. Leadfoot City is only like 20 minutes. So. Yeah,
it's probably really close. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but also they're building an actual layout. Like they're going to pave a real layout course.
That's what's up.
And they seem very serious about it, so I'm really excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's the funny thing is like if you're like already committed to an engine swap down the road, you can get them pretty cheap.
I'm not committed to an engine swap down the road.
If you're not committed to an engine swap, don't buy one with rod knock, because you're gonna spend $4,000 on an engine.
Okay, fair enough.
I think. I don't know. That's my.
I mean, I feel like if I buy a Recto, I'm gonna spend $4,000 in body work, right? I mean.
It depends on where it's wrecked. I probably spent $1,000 to get mine back to not being completely broken. But, you know, again, it depends on what you're looking for. Yeah, I mean, like, for you not being... Listen, if you're going to get into drifting, don't buy a car that you need to fix. Like, try to get a car that runs, because it's just going to become a project for 3 years, and then you're never going to want to drift. Mm-hmm. Even, I got my buddy talking about engine swaps. Bought one, didn't have... It was a shell. I think he got it for, like, $1,500. Did a K-swap. I think he said he did it for around, like, 8. Put the angle kit on, put the hydro on. He's probably in it for like 18 maybe, tops. Probably less than that. But he built like a drift car, like a powerful 400 horsepower, everything. He's afraid to drive it now. He doesn't want to break it.
See, what my whole idea was, you know, buy one that's got some like light, you know, front end damage, get it all fixed up, and then just drive the balls off of it in its stock form, because like I feel like that's the best way for me to learn in a car that's like stock.
100%.
And then buy like a turbo kit for it, like a used like JDL kit, because I keep seeing used JDL kits going for sale. I don't know what it is, but people keep selling their kits.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's an HKS one for sale in Orlando right now for like $2,500. You just got to know going into it that might happen. And if it happens a lot, I've seen it with a lot of new drifters, is like it just becomes discouraging and they give up. If you can't actually drive your car because it just keeps breaking, it's like to you buying a salvage like FRS, you're probably fine. I guess I'm just like overly defensive because a lot of people will spend $2,000 on like, because it's ironic. I'm saying like also split the difference. Like don't get too cheap of a car, because if you spend $2,000 on a clapped out 3 Series, like you're gonna have a bad time too, because it's gonna keep breaking and you're gonna be fixing it nonstop, and then you're gonna have spent as much as you could have gotten a Z4.
Well, in reality, this can also be applicable to anybody else. This advice doesn't even have to be specifically towards me at this point. But
oh yeah, no, not even just you. Anybody.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
100%.
I'm just saying, because like in reality, like I feel like I'm a bit of a different person. Like I have it in my head where like I have certain goals and things that like I've already thought about that I want to do, and like I originally, before I even bought this car, my whole idea was to buy a wrecked BRZ and rebuild it. Like that was my thought for like the longest time. Yeah. So like this isn't anything new that like I'm going through. So
it's not a bad idea. Listen, I gotta say it to anybody that thinks about getting into drifting or any kind of motorsport or whatever. Like, just do the math, because especially like even if it's not that your car keeps breaking. I know it's like, this is a very pretentious way to go about it, but even if it's not that your car is going to break, if you're going to go spend $2,000 on a 325, you know, BMW E36, or can't get an E36 for $2,000. If you're going to go buy an E46 for $2,000, and you're going to replace the coil, like you're going to do all this stuff just to get it running and driving to start out with, and then 2 months later you want to turbo the thing, and so you're going to spend another $4,000 if you do it okay, to get it to the power of a Z that you could have maybe just bought the Z in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like, unless you're really passionate about those cars, just even buy a better E46. Like even just maybe spend a little bit more money on it to start out with, to get something that you are more confident isn't going to break. That's how a lot of people quit, man, honestly. Like that's just that, but like you said, that's anything. It's not towards you specifically. These cars are pretty stout. I think so. I mean, I'm probably the only person on the internet saying that these cars are pretty stout, but I've had some small problems, but I don't have E36 problems. I don't have Mustang problems. I don't have a lot of problems that my friends have. My time will come.
You're not blowing up power steering.
My time will come. Yeah, my
ever
power
fucking
steering,
run like 350, 370Zs. Like that shit's ridiculous.
I mean, you need a power steering cooler. That's another thing. Like you think that a 350Z's like ready to go. No, you need a power steering cooler for it, or else
you need that oil cooler. You need a lot.
Oil cooler. My buddy has all these issues with his viscous LSD.
I was say you gotta weld the diff.
The LSDs are just. It's ironic because I welded this diff. Well, I got an IS300 diff and welded it. But,
yeah.
But you can drift them.
Is
with
that
the
the same
LSD.
gearing?
I actually I went to a 3.9. So it's mine was a 4.1.
Yeah, 4.1.
Yours is a 4.3.
Yep.
I have a 3.9, and then they also have a 3.7 open diff, and the diff is.
You like the longer gear better?
I can't tell you a difference on that. I do like the welded diff better.
Okay.
The way that our diff is a one-way differential.
Yeah.
So it only locks on acceleration. So when you let off, it'll actually unlock. And so to me, that just gave it this snappy bit of like feeling to it that I didn't like. You know. Not to blame that was the only reason I crashed into a wall, but it would have helped if I had a welded diff. And or was just better and stayed committed. I wasn't committed enough. So to me, I just like the way the car handles coming off throttle better. But some people actually use the way that our LSD is to get grip back.
Yeah.
And to use it in a good way. And so now I'm kind of like, shit, should I have kept it? Should I try LSD again? I don't know. Unfortunately, I already sold it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, anyways, that was a long rant. These cars are great. You should definitely buy one to drift or do anything with. They're so good. They handle so well.
Hell yeah. What are we doing next?
What are we doing next? We got the AC in. I got that coolant line on, I think. I didn't get it on all the way. Started talking about stuff. So I'm going to get that coolant hose back all the way on. And then I think we'll probably call it. I'm hungry. Are you not hungry?
Dude, I'm weird. I don't eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
You're
like
20
eating.
pounds, dude.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so we got the radiator mounted and everything. I already mentioned it, but we got the fan shroud. Everything's all back together. And got the bash bar on here. That was kind of one thing we were fitting up today. But looks pretty cool. Pretty badass. Yeah.
I'm excited. Gonna hopefully put a bigger intercooler like we figured out. We'll probably tuck up in there nicely, and you know, this crash bar is so much easier to remove because it uses pins from right here, so you don't have to take off all 4 bolts every time.
Which is pretty convenient because if you were to crash, you can just replace the bar and not the whole entire assembly. But
yeah, and literally like a year ago, like part of the reason why that fender's so crunched is I spun out in front of my buddy, and you know, he came in, did the whole crash thing, and I lost my oil cooler there. So now like I can protect that way better. Obviously, you know, gonna break somebody else's car, but my oil cooler will be fine.
There you go.
So that's all I care about.
that's all that matters. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this car in specific and the way Merrick drives this car is pretty much like the biggest reason I have like so much faith in the 86 platform. This thing just like takes a beating, and these cars are just great, honestly.
This one in particular looks like hot garbage, but it just keeps going. I keep throwing that shit at it and beat the piss out of it.
What turbo kit is this?
This is an AVO turbo kit, AVO Turbo World. It's like apparently this is one of like the original like very JDM kits because it was like one of the first ones that they designed, and it's got this tiny turbo down there and uses an unequal length header, so you still get the Subi rumble that people like. Right now it's making about 10 psi, so probably like 270 horsepower, and feels great. I can keep up with S550 Mustangs on at least at Orlando. Obviously that's saying something because the skid pad's not very grippy, but it works for me. It's where I go. So.
And what's the angle kit on this?
FDF.
FDF?
FDF. Let's see if I can I flex it? Is the wheel locked?
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
FDF kit. What coils are those?
These are Fortune 510s actually.
Fortune 510s.
I got a good deal on those on Black Friday sale, so yeah, it's a little
That's
dirty, but I mean, this kit works super well. It's super beefy. You can see some good welds that are painted over there since we're welders here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's working for me. Especially, I redid some of the adjustment before the last drift event, and like it got a lot of the self steer back. It's not rubbing anything anymore.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a pretty basic setup, and you're doing pretty solid for yourself, correct?
It's pretty I mean, yeah. I mean, like
dual caliper in the reel.
Pretty basic. This is a drift car. Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly the most basic. You know, you could be an E chassis with just eBay angle blocks, but yeah, angle kit, hydro, turbo. Which is again pretty expensive actually, but it came with this car. I got a good deal on it because the guy couldn't figure out that the map sensor was broken. So yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
We beat the shit out of it. It's gonna get an overhaul soon. Only body panels, pretty much everywhere. I might as well, like you said, turn the whole thing red because I have red fenders, red doors, red front and rear bumpers.
Everything but the rear quarters, pretty much.
The rear quarters I'm going to put overs on, yeah, just because it's so crunched at this point. The way I see it, there's just nothing you can do about this. So eBay Rocket Bunny rear overs and call it a day. Because then what I want to do is just pretty much anywhere where that over doesn't go, like I'm going to leave this much room and just cut it all out. Yeah. And then you like put spray foam on the inside to like seal it up.
You're going to spray foam it?
Yeah, you spray foam on the inside because actually with our cars, once you cut into this, like normally when they do the over fenders, they cut and weld this actually back together because it's not a sealed system.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and like
you sure you don't want to weld it?
Well, I want to cut out as much of this as I can so that way I don't have to deal with the metal anymore.
Okay.
So you could weld plates over that stuff if you really want to, but
I mean,
I don't want to do it. Mr. Welder over here.
Maybe I will. Who knows?
You want to do it? Yeah, I just want to cut it all out, man. I don't care about it.
You'll do the cutting. I'll do the welding. That sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, dude, I have a roster of things to do for this car. It's crazy. I have so many. I hoard parts around here.
And well,
it's pretty bad.
This is FRS. I just wanted to give a quick overview and let everybody know what the deal was with it because it's a pretty cool car and I think it's got some cool stuff going on with it. I know this video was kind of all over the place and it wasn't the most informative on the install and everything, but I hope you guys at least enjoyed our banter, and I was kind of just there to help Merrick out with the project. I was a little hesitant to spearhead things and explain things when I wasn't even the one doing most of the work anyways. I was just kind of there helping out and giving a hand. Anyways, huge shout out to Merrick. I love his car and what he does with it, and I'm hoping that hopefully we can work on some more projects in the future. It sounds like he's got a lot that he wants to get done, and I'm excited to help out and just, you know, get involved and get my hands dirty and just do some cool stuff with cars. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and other than that, hope you guys have a good one, and peace.
You show the lights, stop me, time to stop. You shine me.